I'm so excited, y'all.
Hope nobody's watching me. When people watch me, I get hungry.
Oh, yeah. The CJ
Okay,
Bronson
she's
Show.
strapping.
CJ Bronson Show.
She's strapping some more.
Crazy funny asshole.
Are the people really crazy?
Oh, yeah. The CJ Bronson Show. Crazy funny asshole. The CJ Bronson Show.
If I say to myself, what the hell is wrong with the people?
What's going on, guys? Today is Thursday, July 21st, 2022. Man, that sounds so weird to say. It's pre-Friday, but it's July 21st. That's what gets me. It's the month is almost over, guys. Like, July is flying by, but it's not uneventful. I'll tell you that, to say the least, right? Jeez, what a Thursday it's been. I woke up this morning thinking it'll just be another hot 100-degree day, to find out, yes, it will be, but also our beloved 81 million voted in President Biden. Sick with COVID again. Fully vaccinated. Up to date with his boosters. Can you be fully vaccinated if you need boosters? I don't know. I have no clue how that works anymore, nor do I want to even talk about it, because it's borderline I'm gonna get that little thing on the alert saying that this is misinformation or something. I don't know. But that's where we are today. That's the world that we're in. Our beloved president, who's currently up to date with his boosters, has fallen ill. I mean, Lord knows he's fallen up the stairs of Air Force One twice now. Do you count that as twice? It could be more than twice, depending upon how many times he's fallen up the stairs per incident, right? I mean, literally, one attempt he fell like 3 times up the stairs. Just saying. But he survived that. He's very strong. He fell off his bike the other day. Survived that. Also very strong. Yes, was the bike going down some crazy trail? Was he mountain bike riding? Was he doing something for like hardcore stuff? No. He was stopped. Probably distracted by a little kid again, and he stopped and he fell. But these things happen to him, and he survives. And honestly, I'm praying. It's going to sound like I'm being sarcastic. I'm not being sarcastic. I'm truly praying and wishing he makes a full recovery. I am. Because the last thing I want is for him to leave the office that way. I want him to be impeached like he should be. There should be articles of impeachment already. We have numerous reasons why. I'm not even including Hunter. Not even including Hunter. Just on his own. Just on President Biden's own doing. But this episode's not about that. It's not about that. It's not about the fact that I don't want Kamala Harris taking over office because she's a jackal hyena who will just laugh at every little thing and get us into another war. But it's not. That's not what this episode's about. This episode is about a hero. A hero from a state I've never visited, but I will want to now. After reading this, you probably want to too. Because the people of Missouri are amazing, and that's what this story is about. Customer shoots robbery suspect holding knife to the gas station worker's neck, according to the Missouri police. A man who police say went on a violent crime spree at 3 gas stations was shot and killed by a customer armed with a gun, Missouri police say. I didn't hear about this. CJ, when did this happen? Don't feel bad. I didn't hear about it either. It happened around 3:20 a.m. on Saturday, July 16th. Today's the 21st, guys, so it was about 5 days ago. In St. Charles, just outside St. Louis. St. Charles Police Department said the 26-year-old robbery suspect, who is from St. Louis, died at a hospital after being shot by a witness. The witness, also 26 years old, told police he was exiting a Quick Trip gas station. Quick Trip being the name of the gas station, when he saw the suspect abruptly pull into the parking lot and park in front of the door. The suspect carried a backpack into the convenience store and turned toward an area where a female clerk was standing. The suspect dragged the clerk toward the front counter while she was screaming, police said. The witness was able to observe the suspect holding a knife to the clerk's throat. Police said the witness re-entered the store and confronted the suspect while armed with a 9mm handgun. "I have something for you," the suspect told the witness as he came around the counter. The witness then fired the gun several times, I believe 4 times, at the suspect, who fell to the floor. The clerk and the witness both called 911. First responders took the suspect to the hospital where he died, police said. His identity has not been publicly disclosed. In the 25 minutes before he entered the Quick Trip, the suspect also robbed 2 other convenience stores. At a mobile on the run location around 3 a.m., he assaulted a 43-year-old female clerk as he stole money from 2 registers, St. Charles police said. The clerk suffered non-life-threatening injuries from knife cuts to her left wrist, right hand, and neck. Police said that at a Midtown Phillips 66 store 15 minutes later, officers discovered broken glass that indicated a burglary had happened. They were dispatched for shots fired at the Quick Trip as they were investigating the second robbery. A 2013 Toyota Highlander the suspect was driving during the robberies was stolen earlier in July, according to police. Officers said they found stolen items from the Phillips 66 robbery in the vehicle. Now, so this is his 3rd robbery. Who knows how, and if you look at this, the suspect, R.I.P., was escalating his violence as with each encounter, right? Started with a simple robbery, started with stealing a car, simple smash and grab. Then the next one was, I sliced her wrist, I sliced her neck a little bit here and there. Horrible, horrible. This one could have escalated even further. Luckily, this civilian, this hero, who remains anonymous, was there. Now, we have an update. Again, this was 3 days ago. The update to the story is Lance Bush was his name, not the hero. Lance Bush was the criminal. Was the criminal who allegedly held the female clerk at the gas station at knife point, while the customer, who was concealed carrying, sat in his car in the parking lot. I applaud this guy with his 9mm. That's what it comes to, man. I've been saying it. How many times? How many times do I need to say this? That it's going to take us to protect us. People helping people. People protecting people. One another. This man should be awarded some kind of prize, but he can't be because he's anonymous. This man should, I don't know what they can do because he's anonymous. I don't know. Maybe, hopefully the gas station or somebody reaches out to them and give him some kind of, at least give him a free tank. I don't know, free fill up. I don't know what you would do or something. That's a couple $100, right? Think about it. This is another movie story. I walked up to the door and I saw him with a knife to her throat. She was emptying out the cash register, and I took a step in, peeked my head in to ask if everything was okay. Couldn't see his face, but he was saying yes. But then I saw her face. She was saying no. She was clearly scared. Bush then ran from around the counter to attack him, and he fired approximately 4 shots, dropping him to the ground. He goes on to say, taking somebody's life is not an everyday thing, but neither is saving someone's life. Hero. This guy's a hero. And again, Bush hit the black SUV that was stolen from nearby Maryland Heights. And again, you gotta go back and you gotta think about what happened in my boy Jose Alba, who recently got released from Rikers Island in New York City, the bodega worker. The DA, Alvin Bragg, finally dropped the charges, and this man is free to go. But at the same time, look what's happening. He's, I reported about it yesterday. He's afraid to leave his home. He's nervous. He's scared. He doesn't want to go back to work because he doesn't want to get attacked by the crazy leftists, the the people who believe that, they're doing justice, the people who believe that he was a murderer when he was clearly in the videotape. You could see it. He was doing his job, and he was assaulted by this lady's boyfriend and by the lady. She's the one who stabbed him too, and she suffered no charges. No injuries and no charges happened, fell upon her, and she was clearly the attacker. So maybe this man saw the Alba case and said, you know what? I'm going to remain anonymous because I do not want my life ruined. I don't want my family's life ruined, my kids' life ruined. I want to maintain my anonymity. I want to have them safe. I don't want to be thinking about, geez, I hope they're safe. I hope they're safe. Because this is what you have to think about these days. And it's a crazy world that we live in, as you guys know. But you have to, when I read these cases, or, these stories, I think to myself, what would I do? And that's something I should really think about too. What would you do, guys, if you were in if you were in the customer's shoes? Would you have went back in the store to make a difference? Would you have tried to fight this guy? Would you have done anything, or would you have just ignored your instinct and kept it moving? I bet you a lot of people would have ignored their instinct and kept it moving. Just they don't want any trouble. They just want it's not my business. People are like, oh, it's none of my business, and they just keep going. I don't know. I think we need more people to make it their business, just to be safe. I'd rather be safe than sorry. And I truly believe that this could have gotten a lot worse, especially with his escalating robberies. Each one getting more and more violent. But yeah, that's something I ask myself all the time. What would I do if in that situation? I think to myself, I agree. I would help. I would help out whichever way I can, physically, 911, call 911, verbally, whatever I can do to help. Guys, me. I would help. But at the same time, I would remain anonymous now, because I have a family. If I was by myself and I was single, please, I'll be like, listen, I'm CJ Bronson. I did this and this and this. You can find me on YouTube, find me on my podcast, on, free stickers, this and that. Like, I would just try to promote myself, because at this point, it's just me. I don't have to worry about my son's school or this and that. You don't have to worry about your spouse's job or her reputation or kid's reputation. Maybe this person in Missouri, maybe the hero here, maybe he has loved ones and people that he doesn't want to be in the limelight. Or he saw what happened to Jose Alba, and he doesn't want to ruin his reputation or worry about going to work. We don't know anything about this 26-year-old. Maybe this guy has an amazing job or practice somewhere, and he doesn't want to lose customers or doesn't want to have any problems at his store because he knows people are crazy, and maybe it's not worth it to him. Now, on the positive side of Jose Alba, right now his fundraising campaign is over $100,000. Again, you can find this campaign, I believe it's Give, Send, Go. I'll put a link in the description. And and he's over at $100,000 in donations. But $100,000 in donations, you're going to have to basically change your whole life, move out of Manhattan or wherever you live, and take your family, and they all have to start over. Because if you're afraid to go to work now, it's not like things are going to get easier as you get older, as time goes on. And he's already up there in age. I'm talking about Jose Alba, that is. This guy's 26. But there's a reason why people stay anonymous, and kudos to the police department, huh? How about the Missouri police for, agreeing to that? They could easily say, nah, bro, we got to hit you with, we have you on record for shooting the gun 4 times, killing this suspect. Police ask a statement, we have to give a statement, this and that. No, the police are on his side, which I love to see. Again, I love Missouri now. Because the police department, I didn't like them. I mean, it's not like I hated them. I didn't know anything about Missouri. Never been, never, besides St. Louis, everybody knows. But, now it's like the police are pretty cool. I like how they're it's been a couple days. They could have, by now, it's been since Saturday, they could have leaked the information. The information could have gotten out who this 26-year-old was, and they didn't. The only information that got out was the suspect who, RIP, passed away, and Lance Bush. I don't know why I'm saying RIP. I mean, this guy's a horrible individual. But, he passed away. They let his name out, but they did not let the hero's name out, which I, again, love. I love that he's still anonymous, and the police are working with they're respecting that wish. And look at this. There's no DA involved. There's no, we got to hold him accountable for shooting the suspect until we do a full investigation. Nah, son. Police, he waited for the police. The police came, did the paperwork, kept it moving. He didn't serve no time in Rikers or no time in jail. He didn't have no ankle bracelet. He didn't have no bail, no bond, none of that shit. He didn't have to retain no attorney. None of this shit. Yo, how good is Missouri? Let's take a moment now to compare the differences. I know it's crazy to compare the difference between Missouri and New York. Never thought I'd say that. I bet you guys never thought you'd hear it. But I'm kind of leaning towards I'd rather visit Missouri than visit New York, and I live in Jersey, so I'm just saying. I got to stop and get gas or something. I'd rather go to the gas station in Missouri. Yeah, there's a chance of these robberies taking place, but there's also a chance that someone else is going to be carrying, who's going to be helping. And again, this is what I've been preaching, guys. You got to protect yourself. It's so important to have some kind of weapon. And it irritates me that the mayors and the governors of these cities are not making PSAs, public service announcements, and they're not telling the public to do so. They should be telling the public, listen, guys, whatever your age, whatever your gender, pronoun, whatever, have something that you can use for self-defense. And it's not even for yourself. It's really for those who don't have something. It's good to have a self-defense weapon for not only your defense, but to help someone else who can't have one, like an elderly individual who maybe can't fire a gun, or maybe can't, is in a wheelchair, or maybe a kid, or maybe, I don't even know, under 10 years old, because apparently 10-year-olds are killing people with traffic cones in Philly. So, under 10 who doesn't have a weapon. You could help them out, I'm just saying, like, we have to help each other out, and hopefully the police and the rest of the lawyers, attorneys, and all these people, DAs, eventually wake up and realize that, hey, we can't just keep throwing people in prison first and then seeing if they're innocent. Because I always thought, correct me if I'm wrong, because I ain't no lawyer, I always thought it was innocent until proven guilty. In Jose Alba's case in New York, I feel like he was guilty before he had to prove his innocence. And he was in prison, literally he was in prison for 2 weeks. Over 2 weeks. Then left with an ankle bracelet, all this nonsense. He had to get an attorney, get retainers, post bond, or bail, whatever. And it's just like, it should be innocent until proven guilty. And in Missouri, I believe, I applaud this story. I see now why. I always wonder, like, why didn't they show this in the media? Why isn't this not being talked about? They don't want people to see the difference between states like this and states like California, Philadelphia, or Pennsylvania and New York. They don't want you to see that, because they want you to think that these states don't really. They want you to think that, it's just common practice, that the criminals are free to do what they want. You can't defend yourself. That's just the way it is. That's what they. I mean, why else would they not show it? Don't tell me they're afraid of vigilante justice. This is not vigilante justice. You want to see vigilante justice, you can check out my book Worthless. It's on Amazon. It's $3.99. It's fantastic. It's basically about, in my opinion, a person who takes the law into his own hands. That's what a vigilante is. Like a Punisher character from Marvel, he takes the law into his own hands and decides to enforce penalties and justice how he feels it should be. And that's, I think my character kind of does the same a little bit. But that's not what this unnamed anonymous hero did. This man was at the right place at the right time. He didn't go looking for trouble. He was at the right place at the right time, and he saved a clerk's life, and probably, potentially, again, other lives, because this criminal did this to other stores. Who knows? He would have just kept going until, who knows? Why not? Why stop? No one's stopping him yet, so he's going to keep going, right? No one's telling him not to do it. No one's putting up a fight. So, I don't think, maybe the media is afraid of vigilantes doing this, but I don't think so. I just think that purposely, and again, they don't want to show guns in a positive light. This is showing guns in a positive light. He had a 9mm. He defended himself. He defended the store. He defended the clerk. he's a hero. Media doesn't want to say that. Media are saying, oh, guns are bad. Guns kill people. Yeah, guns also kill bad people. It's so funny to me that we're able to give millions and billions of dollars of weapon and armory to Ukraine to supposedly kill bad people, but that's okay to send to that country who we don't know where those guns are ending up. Same with Afghanistan. Taliban can have that, no problem. We'll leave that behind. Aren't Taliban bad people? That's okay. But you, an American who passed the background check, who obtained the 9mm legally, whatever the requirement is in your state, they don't want you to have that. That's really interesting. Is it because they want control? I don't know. Is it because they're afraid of their safety? Afraid of the people revolting? I don't know. But wouldn't it be better to just do what's right for the people, and that's why you won't have to worry about an uprising? I guess there's no money in that. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. A lot to think about. But ask yourself, next time you go to a store or go to wherever you go, think to yourself, what would you do if you were in this gas station and something were to happen? Would you defend yourself? Would you defend others? Would you be anonymous? A lot of pros and cons to it. On one hand, you could get over $100,000 in fundraising. On the other hand, you have to give up a lot of your freedom, give up a lot of your private life, and basically would have to change your life. Or you could be completely anonymous and go about your day. Me, I would help and be anonymous. But then again, I'm not everyone. I'm sure some people wouldn't help. I'm sure there's some people who would love to help, who would need help, who would love to receive help because they can't help themselves. Hopefully, if that's the case, there's somebody like this near to them who would help them. I truly hope that. But that's today's episode. It's kind of good, kind of bad. I don't know. But I guess it's kind of good. I mean, bad guy's off the street. This guy's not getting charged for anything. This anonymous hero. And, day goes on. Stay cool, everybody. I love you. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Put in your maximum effort and subscribe to the show wherever you get your podcast. It's available.